Okay, so for this week, one of the questions was, how do you feel about copyright infringement, intellectual property, and how does the Napster case that you read set the tone for those questions and for those cases? So I absolutely believe that Napster was in the wrong, that the celebrities should be able to make money off of their music. That's their right, that's their livelihood. But also, Napster should have done kind of like what Spotify does, where it paid the artist to be able to play their music. So it's a little bit of an iffy question there, but definitely copyright issues is huge. Do we still have the standards today about the FCC versus Pacifica? And at what point did society cross the line where we went from it's not okay, and what line has been crossed in today's society? I feel like the standards are still pretty much the same today. It really changed, like if you watch movies from the 70s, 80s, and even early 90s. There was like a lot of language and everything, and even a PG movie or a PG-13, where nowadays it would be rated R. So I feel like probably more the 80s, it probably changed. The line has been crossed in today's society on a couple of occasions. On your broadcast television, I've noticed they're starting to slip in just one word here and there, and I feel like that could start to kind of blur the lines a little bit. We should have a moral compass and code. I know with like Criminal Minds, if you really didn't know and was just watching it on Paramount Plus, you'd go from one season to the next, and it's like, oh my gosh, this season they were speaking in foul language, and then the next season it's like, oh my gosh, what is happening? So but whenever they went from CBS to Paramount Plus, then they no longer had the FCC ruling, as our professor talked about. They now had new regulations to where they could make it as gory as they wanted, they could use as much language as they wanted, and wasn't in any trouble for it. But one of the shows that I feel like may have gotten really close to really towing the line, and it wasn't with language, but more so violence, was the TV show Hannibal whenever it was on NBC, because it was so gory and so violent that I'm really surprised there wasn't a ban on it, and was really shocked that it was even a broadcast television show. When I worked in news, like we fell under the FCC rulings, and we actually got in trouble one time because someone in the crowd of a story we were doing yelled out the F word, and it went over live. It was before we had like the air scrubbers to be able to bleep out anything, and we got a fine from the FCC over it. But we've quickly found out we needed air scrubbers, we needed a quick button to be able to bleep out words. And really, whenever you're working with live television, you definitely need that. But when working with broadcast television, network television, you know not to write certain things into your scripts. So, all in a nutshell, yes, we do need a moral compass, we do need a moral code, and we need to be able to stick to that. So, one, you don't get fined, and two, you